Hi everyone, so this video is about boob jobs. They are everywhere these days, also in places that you least expect them to be. I don't mean like in an ass or something like that. I mean in some people it looks just so natural that you do not expect they have a boob job. Could be your lady in the supermarket you go to, or your aunt, or it's so like common these days that everyone seems to have them. The days where they look like balloons popped onto your chest, they're over.
These are double M cups. They are 2400 cc's saline implant booby.
Well, mostly because a lot of women do still love that kind of fake porn boobs look. And I remember I used to watch models on TV or catwalk models. They were super skinny and I wondered, how can they have such big boobs while they themselves, they're so petite? Very like skinny girls with these big boobs that don't have much fat. So where is the fat that's going to their boobs? Where is it coming from? And then I figured out they all got boob jobs. So several supermodels have openly undergone breast augmentation procedures to enhance their aesthetic appeal, to look more sexy or beautiful. Notably, Adriana Lima, a Victoria's Secret supermodel, she chose breast implants as a way to add curves to her figure after transitioning from Broadway modeling. Then there's Giselle Bunchen. I hope I said that right, that sounded really weird. Bunchen? Another globally renowned supermodel also enhanced her look with breast augmentation, adding to her already impressive beauty. Then there was Candice Swanepoel, ranked as one of the highest earning models and a prominent Victoria's Secret supermodel. She took a similar step for aesthetic reasons, obviously. Miranda Kerr, an Australian beauty and Victoria's Secret model, and Carly Kloss, also known for her work with Victoria's Secret, among other accomplishments. They have all opted for breast augmentation surgery to enhance their look, and there are so many more famous models and unfamous models, just like regular people on the street. In 2021 alone, Americans, they have splurged over $14.6 billion on aesthetic procedures. Breast augmentations, lifts, and the occasional swap out soared by 48%. Breast augmentation trends reveal that it's mostly young people, age groups between 20 and 39, are more likely to undergo breast augmentation procedures. This data suggests that the desire for breast augmentation is especially prominent among younger women. And that's likely due to various reasons. There can be personal reasons, societal perceptions of beauty, body image considerations, and perhaps also changes that their body undergoes after childbirth.
They're basically just puffy pocket flaps now. If I try to push them up, they just lie flat at 90 degrees from my torso like a table. If I try to push them up even harder, they start crumpling.
So many skinny models, people, influencers have them because naturally it is not normal to have a skinny frame, skinny body with big boobs. Like, it's still possible if you have specific genetics and hormones, but it's very uncommon. Also, often as you get more toned, it's normal for your breasts to become smaller. In the fitness and bodybuilding communities, for example, it's well documented that women can lose their breast volume as their body fat decreases. This is because they are reducing the amount of adipose tissue in their bodies, which includes the breasts. And now it is so common and accepted and getting more cheaper, and it's getting way more tempting for people to get these. I was tempted as well. I've always had smaller breasts, but after I had kids, I was breastfeeding 2 kids. They were a little more like flatter at the top a little bit, even though now they have filled out again, as I got really skinny after pregnancy, and then I thankfully was able to gain more weight again when I stopped breastfeeding, but for a time they were like more flatter here. And I was tempted. I was seeing it everywhere and it became so common, and then I had to delve deep into this topic because I'm someone who can't just do something because it looks good, My mind, my ethics, my morals, everything it kind of still felt wrong within me, and I was going on all these forums reading about it. So I joined these breast implant groups and I saw so many stories of complications, needing more surgeries, not being happy with the sizes, wanting them to look more natural or sometimes more fake. And some felt real regret because they also actually needed a breast lift, so they ended up with boobs that sag a lot. And having these bigger implants will also mean that they will sag more and earlier than your small boobs. And not everyone thinks about that. strangely enough. Like, I would think that's something you definitely think about, but apparently not. So many go on to regret it. And breast explant regret is another aspect of breast implant experience where individuals decide to remove their implants for various reasons, including their health concerns, lifestyle changes, or dissatisfaction with the implants. So I have read many stories on these groups about breast implant illness, many stories about women who getting these weird complaints, these kind of start feeling sick, and then they do have their implants removed and they get better. And there are plastic surgeons who are still denying the existence or saying they never heard about it. I went to various plastic surgeons just to hear about the procedure, to get a consultation to see what they would do and how they do it and things like that. And they always kind of denied the existence of it. But there's actually so many women with this evidence in their own lives where they feel sick, they remove them, they get better. There's actually also research about it that indicates that there is actually an issue, that silicone is found in other places in the body and that is causing these things. Potential issues of implant illness, breast implant illness, has become a significant concern among individuals with silicone breast implants, manifesting in a variety of systematic symptoms that include, but are not limited to, chronic fatigue, arthralgias, if I pronounce it right, myalgias, and cognitive dysfunction. The condition, sometimes referred to as autoimmune inflammatory syndrome induced by adjuvants. This can lead to allergies, autoimmune diseases, immune deficiencies, and in some cases, lymphomas. Scientific reviews have supported the causal relationship between SBIs and ASIAs, underscoring the systemic reactions some women experience, which are severe enough to necessitate the removal of the implants. Most notably, explantation has been identified to be the most effective treatment, with a majority of the affected individuals experiencing symptom resolution post-removal, which says it all, you know? If you have all these symptoms suddenly, like sometime after the breast implant, and then you remove them and the symptoms go away, I mean, it's pretty showing. If that happens to a significant amount of people, it's telling, you know. Some plastic surgeons, they have actually fully stopped doing implants because of this.
For more than 3 decades, plastic surgeon Dr. Frederick Barr has helped women who want to look better. But now there's much more to be worried about.
Now we add to that list anaplastic large cell. Now we add to the list potentially breast implant associated illnesses. And the list keeps getting more to add on.
And the number of calls keeps going up. What he saw in one woman was the breaking point.
It was just a gop of goo. It's kind of like, you know, what am I helping people? Am I not helping people?
That realization made him make a major change to his practice, at least until the FDA and scientists have more answers about illnesses.
My ground is, until this controversy is resolved, I choose not to do them.
So there was a case study highlighting the potential for silicone from cohesive gel breast implants to migrate to areas outside the implant capsule, such as the synovial tissue in the wrists, suggesting local silicone toxicity. This migration was confirmed through pathological examinations and MRI imaging, underlining concerns associated with silicone implant and safety and the breast implant illness. The University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, they also conducted the longest long-term safety study on breast implants, analyzing nearly 100,000 patients. And this research found associations between silicone breast implants and certain rare diseases, autoimmune disorders, and other conditions such as scleroderma and melanoma, which is pretty concerning. However, a direct cause and effect relationship has not been established because it is pretty hard to do this. Data from the study, initiated following the FDA's lifting of the moratorium on silicone breast implants in 2006, suggests the need for further research to explore these potential risks. Notably, different patient groups reported varying frequencies of conditions like Sjögren's syndrome and rheumatoid arthritis compared to the general population. And this is also things I read on these groups. Many people, they have a lot kind of want to deny it because they really want these surgeries. They feel insecure about their bodies and they want to get these boobs to look better. They often say it's for personal reasons, like I do it for myself. To be honest, most do it because they want to be, not for themselves. It's like indirectly for other people, because other people perceive you as more attractive, therefore you feel better because the opinions of others is better about your body. So it's still about other people. Like if everyone would be blind, you wouldn't give a fuck, you know? I think we should be a bit more honest with ourselves. And then if we really care about ourselves, about really our health, also our long-term health, would you want to risk that? There's so many risks about this, not just that, but there's ruptures that happen. Surgeons with good results and reviews still have patients that where it just doesn't heal well, or there's issues popping up, and then you always will need these replaced. You can't keep them in your body forever, but you have to realize that eventually you're gonna have to get them redone or removed or anything like that. The only thing that's more safe to this, pretty safe, is transferring your own fat from somewhere else to your breasts. You need enough fat for that. Like for me, that's not an option. I don't have enough fat for that. So you do need enough fat for that, and then be happy with maybe having a dent somewhere else or less fat in your ass or whatever, you know. Doing all the research I have done, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Hell no. Like, why should I? I learned to accept my body. I have a slender frame. I actually love my small boobs now, and I think it looks good. It has another look to it that I do like. And if other people don't like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do they have to say about my... Why would I care if someone on the street thinks, oh my god, she doesn't have big tits that I can look at and think, oh, that's so hot. Like, why does that, like, what does that even matter? So basically with this, like, I know this is so accepted in society, and many people, they are not aware even that this exists or can be a complication of their implants. They go into this often not even knowing the risks. Like, these plastic surgeons, they do not tell you about that at all. I've been to many, and none of them has told me about the possible implications of getting these, and I actually then brought it up to them, actually saying I'm concerned about breast implant illness. I wish I filmed it actually, but that might not be illegal. But they always said like, oh, I've never seen this in my practice, never, no, I have not known any patient that had this. But then when you read the stories on the forums here, even in Belgium, just in Belgium, you read so many that it did happen, and their plastic surgeon later was like, when they did experience these symptoms, did they want to remove them, or you had to pay for like the whole surgery again to have them removed and stuff like that. So I just want you to be aware. If there all the research, you should really inform yourself, because this is your health and your body you're talking about. And if you're after the research still want to do it, okay, fine, but just be honest to yourself what you want to do. It's still for others to see you as more attractive, or your partner or whatever, but then why wouldn't they accept you with your normal boobs? Like, if you fat children, like your boobs fat children, your boobs gave life to, like, gave nutrients and everything, and if you're a bit flatter, like, so what? Like, is it really important how others are like looking at our boobs and thinking about our boobs, or like getting turned on by our boobs, especially if you have a partner? I don't know, I learned to just accept my shape, accept my boobs, and I think they're pretty now, and I think they're beautiful. And the kind of shame I felt for small boobs, like in my teen years, has completely gone away. And I think it's more important to work on ourselves and our development as human beings, that is something that enhances your self-confidence. I find it kind of fake if you do it by you're self-conscious about it. Oh, let me just remove the thing, and then I'll be more confident because others are responding to me in a more positive way. For me, it's a more truer self-confidence is I feel self-confident, and I learn to remove kind of the care of some individuals that might not find it attractive. It's not my job to be attractive for all the people in the world. Like, really, it's not that important. So I just want to empower people and girls to love your own shape, not care so much about these shallow opinions. Really doesn't give a fuck, you know, like, just love yourself how you are. You don't need these invasive surgeries. They remain invasive surgeries where a lot can go wrong and your health can be impacted, and then you will regret it, because feeling unhealthy and shitty is like the worst thing there is, or being in pain. If you've been in those situations, you know how valuable it is to be healthy. So let me know what you think about this topic, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.